Hello, everyone. I'm Forrest, or Soothing Neanderthal, or maybe Yoga with Forrest, or there's Yoga Pirate, Mirtha Yoga Pirate, or maybe even possibly the Sleeping Garden Gnome. And I think at one point I called myself the Modification King. So, that being said, though, I want to welcome you to the Mind Body Solutions 12th Annual Kiss My Asana Yogathon. We are theming this year 7 days to shine, and I've got some stuff packed in for you that I'm going to give you a little bit of a testimony that for me, and then I got some other folks that are part of my journey that I've shared some of this adaptive yoga with, that I think have made an impact in their life as well. But for me, I had been practicing yoga for about 5 years, 4.5 years, 5 years, almost 5 years, and I had been teaching for almost 2. And then I linked up with Matt and Amy in Jacksonville with a training that was sponsored by one of the organizations I was teaching for, and life changing is it just kind of scratches the surface. But I do remember being told that if you're going to teach adaptive yoga, you should maybe practice adaptive yoga. And that kind of resonated with me. Being, I was in the military, and leadership, you can't expect someone to do something that you haven't experienced or been through yourself. And so I took everything I had from those 2 weekends and just really went into practicing like adaptive yoga. And through this organization, that's the one thing, the impact is I've been able to fully own up to the fact that yes, I am an adaptive yoga teacher. I mean, I came to my first yoga class in an e-walker wheelchair. For the first 6 months, it was on the floor. I couldn't stand. And go on and on and on. And here's the other thing: I wasn't trying to change anything in my life, but just because of my first experience, that I didn't know what I had experienced, I just knew I wanted more. That led to 3 to 4 classes per week. And then I had a friend I was hanging out with not long after that transition, and she goes, "Whatever you're doing, bro, keep doing it." Wait a minute. Not only did I not change anything in my life except add yoga classes, I was sleeping through most of those, or at least a big majority of them. And so when I come to Mind Body Solutions, if I want to be the Sleeping Garden Gnome, they accept me wholeheartedly, which is huge for me. Especially that, my goal or target audience to teach yoga is those who think yoga is not for them. So yeah, sometimes when I come to class, I'm tired and I just want to sleep. But that's okay. The other impact it's had with me is I remember in yoga teacher training, I said I would never, ever teach teachers. Probably about a year after working with Matt, or really with Amy as a mentor, I accepted a position as a lead teacher with this organization that I was teaching for. And here's the thing: with being a lead teacher, you mentor and train other teachers. Yeah. Sometimes against my own best judgment or will, the universe or people around me, like Mind Body Solutions, can help bolster that. The other thing, and I don't know if they consciously did this or if it was the universe that was coming in, that I had a recorded conversation with Matt a few years back, and after that recorded conversation, it inspired me to facilitate discussions myself. I did a yoga teacher training for veterans yoga and a 5-member panel. And then I had a panel discussion on why yoga works for veterans. And then my third one, which is the value of vulnerability. I think that recorded conversation kind of lit some fire underneath me, so to speak. And that's some of the impacts for me. I mean, the other things I could talk about is some of the pioneer stuff that I've done. The first person to teach yoga to the male general population at the Falkenberg Correctional Facility. There's a bunch of firsts out there, which I thought there would never be a first for me. So when I kind of struggled when MBS said they were going to focus on the student, but then I started embodying what they were trying to do and pass that torch down of the pioneers down to us younger teachers, but yet still be there for us. And so, as you can tell, and I said it in here, I have a hard time putting words to some of the things I experience, and it's okay. And I sometimes don't notice impacts even in my own life. And so this will be day one, and I should get this on by 6 a.m. on the 19th, and that's Eastern time. And every day for the next 7 days at 6 a.m., I'm going to post a video, either of myself or of others that have been impacted by what I would call my MBS-inspired approach to adaptive yoga. There are some things that I put in it that's just for me, or my spin, and that's what I think is awesome also about MBS, is that there's no problem with me putting my own spin on anything, and they actually encourage it. And so there's some folks that know me and they're already convinced, and they may be part of these conversations I have these next 7 days. And they probably will go ahead and donate. And there's some of you who'd be like, I don't know if I want to donate or not. You can go to mindbodysolutions.org and learn more about Mind Body Solutions. I know that for me, I get a lot of relief by practicing yoga with their approach. It's like I've got a pain somewhere, like say in my bottom of my foot for whatever reason, and we don't even work on anything about my feet, but now I don't have that pain. And I can go into that and talk about that, and that's an impact it's had on me, but that's for another time. So if you're still not convinced and you're not sure if you want to donate to help an organization that not only provides relief for a soothing Neanderthal, but for countless others around this nation and the world, stick around. More to come, at least for me. And then I can count at least 5 right off the top of my head of other way more amazing individuals than myself that have some really, really amazing stories. And if I can't convince you, I know they can. So, with that being said, this is the Soothing Neanderthal, 6 a.m. every day. So it'll be the 19th through the 25th. I will be posting a video of myself or of folks that either follow me or my students to talk about the impacts that this adaptive yoga approach from Mind Body Solutions had on themselves, or maybe even their families. Who knows where these are going to go. Now, one thing I'm going to add to that now, I've asked each one of them to come up with the one big thing that had the biggest impact, whether maybe it's a shape, yoga shape, a concept or theory or whatever. But don't tell me that until at the end of our discussion and conversation. And then I'm going to offer a 5 to 10 minute small mini practice that highlights what that is that made that impact. Wish me luck, I should say, maybe. However, I know that I'm been prepared for this, and I'm looking forward to it. And not only to shine my 7 days, but to be able to shine my colleagues as well that are all part of Team Adaptables. So if you can't donate, that's okay. Maybe you join our group, Team Adaptables. Maybe you take one of the classes from Mind Body Solutions. Perhaps you pass this organization's information on to somebody else. All part of helping us out. And so I'm the one that's being interviewed, for lack of better terms, today with my testimonial, and I have to come up with my most impactful uh, yoga with force, shape, concept, or theory, whatever. I'm going to call it a shape, but some may call it a concept, some may call it a theory. Some may say it's just total bogusness, and that's okay. I won't disagree with them. But mine has to be listen to your pause. And I want to be, much gratitude goes out to Matt for teaching this here in the last week or so. Just reminded me of kind of why I practice listening to my pause. Because listening to my pause requires more than my ears. And all it is stop and listen. However, listen with more than your ears. And to explain that is, unfortunately, I cannot put it into words. I know I can experience it, and maybe you can experience it too. So go ahead, come into the most comfortable position that you can come into. I like to listen to my pause laying down. However, there's a good chance that someone will fall asleep. I know I will. A good chance that I will. So you can have your eyes open or closed. If they're open, maybe you focus on something that's not moving in front of you, or a soft, what do you say, soft gaze. Let go of anything that you had before and anything you're going to take care of after, and settle into this moment of being here now. There's so many tools to help us focus here and now. And the one that everybody should be, well, that should be, but the one that a lot of folks are aware of is our breath. And so without controlling your breath or changing anything, just notice the sensations of breathing. Welcome sensations as your body breathes itself. Maybe you focus on where your body touches different surfaces, or maybe you explore the difference between where fabric touches your skin and fabric does not. Yeah, focusing on one small thing like your breath kind of gets boring. So maybe you connect two different things together. And then allow everything just to be and listen. Maybe there's nothing you're hearing, or perhaps you're hearing a whole bunch. Just know that whatever you do experience is perfect just as it is. And then just notice how you've been the observer. How you have watched all of these different sensations come and then go. And everything just as it is. Spacious, unchanging awareness as life's perspectives and moments come and go. You can maybe you bring your palms together, or maybe just one palm at the center of your heart or your sternum. Feel your midline, or notice the sensations of your midline as well as in this moment, and listening to your pause. And then maybe on your next exhale, you slowly let your chin come down toward your sternum. Feel gratitude here. Grateful that you took your time for yourself today. Grateful for the practice of yoga. And grateful for relief. Your next inhale, slowly bring your head up. Exhale, bring your palms down. Please always remember that your awesomeness is not only needed and wanted, it's highly, highly, highly appreciated. Namaste.